highest tax slab within this amnesty, which is 6%. Now my question to you all, and you'll have like a minute to respond at the most, is why would you have to fair market value for the foreign liquid assets? Aren't they just like cash? So why do you need the foreign liquid assets fair market value? Anyone?
The fluctuating forex rates could raise further.
Okay. Can you hear me, Gulrez? Yes. So Rashid, it's probably something wrong with your system. Okay, Gulrez, if it's just due to fluctuating forex rates, then why even say anything about the market value? Just simply this, you can say that, convert that at the prevailing exchange rate on the declaration date, right? No need to mention the asset's fair market value, my friend. Gee, we are getting more responses. Zahur Ahmed is saying foreign liquid assets will be assessed at fair market value to reflect current exchange rate. Well, guys, just pay attention. If you see after fair market value, they have still mentioned that you have to convert that using the exchange rate on the date of declaration. So it's not just a question of exchange rate, that is already being addressed. The answer, okay, I promised a minute. Minute is over or not?
Yes.
I think it's over, so I'll just proceed. Did we receive any additional comment?
Small amount liquid assets include bonds as well, which are close to maturity.
Very well, Usman, because liquid asset is not just cash, it's any asset that is highly convertible to cash. So it can be a bearer certificate, it can be a bond. So for those assets, definitely you need the market value. That is the reason that market value is required, and the higher of the cost or the market value would be taken, and that value would then be converted using the exchange rate prevalent on the date of declaration. I hope you got the point now. Then we have the foreign liquid assets which are repatriated. For those assets, their actual value would be taken and the applicable tax rate would be 4%. Why would we not use the conversion rate for these assets? Anyone? 30 seconds. It's fairly straightforward. Come on, guys. It's not even technical, it's common sense. Gee, anyone? It takes a few seconds for them to write.
Yeah.
Okay, the time's up. So if your comments come after this, well done to you. Well, because those assets would be repatriated in Pakistan and would now be in Pak rupee, right?
Yeah, smart made a comment there because they will deposit in foreign bank accounts, foreign currency bank accounts.
We are talking about the foreign liquid assets that would be repatriated in Pakistan. They have to be deposited in the local bank accounts, or they can be invested in Pakistan Banao certificates, or they can be invested in any foreign currency bonds issued by the government. So you'll simply take the value that would be in dollar, and by the way, we'll be covering that in a bit. The tax on these amounts has to be paid in the foreign currencies. The rules are currently being formed to allow currencies other than dollars. The point has come up now, so I'll just address it right now, otherwise it was to be addressed later on. One of the bigger problems in the last amnesty was that the tax on the foreign assets had to be paid in dollar. The problem with that is all those transactions have then to be routed through New York, which takes a lot of time. The most efficient transaction takes a minimum of around 7 days, which practically is very inefficient and resulted in the last amnesty scheme in a lot of people not able to avail the amnesty. This time, two things have been done. Number one, they have allowed you to file the declaration by 30th June 2019 and then deposit even on later date by paying some additional surcharge. Secondly, as per my information, but this can be changed, the rules currently being formulated are looking at the options of allowing other currencies, including UAE's, what do you call that? The UAE currency, UAE's dirham, as well as the Saudi riyal. They would also be included within the ambit of this. So a person can also pay their due tax under this amnesty using UAE dirham or Saudi riyal in addition to the US dollar, and that is to address the issue of the time period and the routing through the New York and all that. So next up, unexplained expenditure and undisclosed sales. If you have any unexplained expenditure, and those of you who have gone through an audit with FPR would be aware of how much of a problem both these items can be. For unexplained expenditure, it can be introduced at the higher of the fair market value or cost, and you can legitimize that by paying just 4% of the value. For undisclosed sales, well, there's no market value, it's just the sales figure, so you'll have to pay the 2% of actual value. And for all other assets except domestic immovable property, you can declare them for a rate of 4%. So to sum it up, for domestic immovable properties, be it land or constructed, the rate would be 1.5%. However, for land, it would be the higher of 150% of FPR value or DC values, 150%. For constructed property, at least 150% of DC value, where FPR value has not been notified. Then we have foreign liquid assets. If they are being repatriated to Pakistan, 4%. If they are not repatriated to Pakistan, then 6%. And for undisclosed sales, it's 2%, and then for everything else, be it other assets other than domestic immovable property or unexplained expenditure, it's simply 4%. Okay, so with this, we move on to timeline, another important section, and after this, I'll take your questions. So while the declaration needs to be made by 30th June 2019, the tax can be deposited later, as I just mentioned, by paying additional amount of default surcharge in addition to the tax rate that we have discussed above. And the default surcharges would be, you have 4 time period, so you can make the declaration by 30th June 2019, pay the stated rate by 30th June 2019, done and dusted, it's over. But you file the declaration on the last minute, you got really late, the system had trouble or whatnot, maybe you were just too lazy or one of the other reasons. And although you have filed the declaration, you have yet to pay the amnesty. So what to do? How to pay the amnesty tax? If you pay that from 1st July to 30th September 2019, you can do that by paying an additional 10% default surcharge on the amount of the tax that you have to pay. If you even miss that time period, you can still pay it by 31st December, but for this quarter, starting from 1st October 2019, ending on 31st December 2019, the default surcharge would now increase to 20%. If for some reason you still couldn't pay it, don't worry, you can still pay it from 1st January 2020 to 31st March 2020 by paying a default surcharge of 30%. And if you've missed that for some reason, though I would wonder why would you do that, anyway, then you can still pay that from 1st April 2020 to 30th June 2020 by paying an additional default surcharge of 40%.